Hey everyone, welcome to Fluent Mind Podcast.
Where we help you learn English through real conversations about life, growth, and mindset.
I'm Maya,
And I'm Noah.
and today we're talking about something that affects everyone learning English, but also everyone trying to do anything meaningful in life.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah, the invisible enemy, the thing that stops you before you even start. Okay, so let me tell you about something I did last month. I signed up for this English presentation at work. Voluntary, you know? I had 3 weeks to prepare, and I did prepare. I practiced every single day. I knew exactly what I was going to say.
What happened?
The day before, I sent an email saying I couldn't do it anymore. Too busy, work stuff, you know.
But that wasn't the real reason?
No, I was scared, like really scared. And the funny thing, I told myself I wasn't ready, but I was. I just stopped myself. Have you ever done that? Prepared for something, knew you could do it, but then just didn't?
That's the part people don't talk about.
What do you mean?
We don't fail because we can't. We fail because we stop ourselves before we even try. It's called self-sabotage. And most of the time, we don't even realize we're doing it.
So it's like fighting against yourself?
Exactly. But here's the thing, and it doesn't feel like fighting. It feels like protection. It feels like logic. I'm not ready yet. Maybe next time. This isn't the right moment.
But it's not logic.
No, it's just fear wearing a disguise.
Okay, that's heavy. But also, I think I needed to hear that.
Today we're talking about self-sabotage. Not the dramatic kind, the quiet kind, the kind that sounds like it's protecting you, but it's actually keeping you stuck.
And we're going to figure out why we do this. And more importantly, how to stop.
Stick with us. This episode might change how you see yourself.
Before we go deep, if this is your first time here, let me explain what Fluent Mind is all about.
This is not a regular English podcast.
No, we don't teach you grammar rules or vocabulary lists. We teach you English through conversations about real life, about mindset, about growth, about the things you actually think about.
Because that's how you actually learn a language. Not by memorizing, by using it to talk about things that matter to you.
Exactly. Every week, Noah and I sit down and talk. No scripts, no perfect English, just real conversation. And you learn by listening.
New episodes every week, so if you like this, come back.
Yeah, seriously. Subscribe, follow, whatever you do. Just come back, because the more you listen, the more you learn.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so self-sabotage, where do we even start?
Let's start with what it actually looks like.
I think most people don't even realize they're doing it. Like they don't wake up and think, today I'm going to ruin my own life.
No, it's way more subtle than that.
Right. So let me give you some examples. Real ones. Tell me if any of this sounds familiar. Example 1. You decide to learn English. You buy the perfect notebook, download 3 apps, make a beautiful study schedule. Week 1, amazing. Week 2, you stop.
Classic.
Right? Example 2. Someone invites you to practice English conversation, but you say no because my English isn't good enough yet.
That's a big one.
Example 3. You have an important conversation coming up. Maybe at work, maybe personal. You know what you need to say, but you keep postponing it. I'll do it when I'm more prepared. But that day never comes.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a weird one. Example 4. You start getting close to someone, a friend, a relationship, whatever. And suddenly you pull back. You create distance. You sabotage it before they can disappoint you.
Okay, so what's happening in all of these?
I don't know. You tell me.
Your brain sees risk. It sees the possibility of failure, and it wants to protect you.
Okay.
So, it creates a reason to quit before you fail. It sounds logical. I'm not ready. The timing is bad. I need to prepare more. But it's not logic. It's just fear.
Wait, so it's not laziness?
No, it's fear wearing a disguise.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because when I look back at all the times I quit something, I wasn't lazy. I was scared.
Exactly, and that changes everything.
How?
Because you can't fight laziness with motivation. But you can recognize fear and do it anyway.
Okay, I feel like we need to go deeper. Why do we do this? Like, What's the real reason?
All right, let's talk about that. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you stopped yourself from doing something? Not because you couldn't, but because you were afraid of what would happen if you tried.
Honestly, last week,
What was it?
I had a chance to lead a project at work in English, and I said no. I told my boss I had too much on my plate. But that wasn't true. I just didn't want to mess up in front of everyone.
Right. So it's not about not being ready. It's about being too afraid of what ready might cost.
What do you mean by cost?
Okay, think about it like this. If you try and you fail, you prove yourself right. See, I knew I wasn't good enough. You get to keep that story.
Okay,
But if you never try, you get to keep the possibility. The maybe. The fantasy that you could have done it if you wanted to. Self-sabotage protects the fantasy, but it kills the reality.
wait. So we sabotage because failing is scary, but not trying lets us avoid that feeling?
Exactly, it's safer, but it's not better.
Wow, I feel like you just explained my entire 20s.
You're not alone, everyone does this. In different ways, but the pattern is the same.
Okay, so give me an example. Not about me, about you.
All right, when I was learning English, I avoided speaking for years. Like, I could read, I could write, but I refused to speak.
Why?
Because speaking meant exposing myself. If I spoke and people didn't understand me, that was proof I wasn't good enough. But if I never spoke, I could keep telling myself I just need more time.
So what changed?
I realized something. The fantasy of being fluent one day was nice, but it wasn't real. The only way to make it real was to risk looking stupid. So I did. I looked stupid. A lot. But I got better.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I did the same thing. I quit learning English 3 times before I actually stuck with it. And every time I quit, I had a reason. But the real reason was always the same. I was protecting myself from failing.
Exactly.
But here's what I realized. Protecting myself from failing also meant protecting myself from succeeding.
That's it. That's the trap.
Okay, so we know why we do this. Now I need to know, how do we stop?
We'll get there. But first, let me tell you about something that helped me. You know what I realized? Most people don't quit because the thing is hard. They quit because they try to do it alone.
Yeah, I felt that. When I was learning English by myself, every mistake felt huge because there was no one there to tell me, that's normal, keep going.
Exactly. That's why we created the Fluent Mind community.
It's basically a group of people who are learning English together. But it's not a course. It's not lessons. It's just practice, real practice.
Every week we do live conversation sessions. You show up, you talk, you make mistakes. Nobody judges. Everyone's in the same boat.
And honestly, that's what makes the difference. Because when you see other people making mistakes and still showing up, you stop being so afraid of your own.
If you're tired of sabotaging yourself, stop doing it alone. The link is in the description. Simple as that.
Okay, now let's get into the practical part. How do we actually stop sabotaging ourselves?
3 things, that's it.
Okay, I need something I can actually do, not just theory.
All right, 3 steps. First one, recognize the pattern.
What does that mean?
You can't stop what you don't see. So next time you catch yourself procrastinating, quitting, or making excuses, pause and ask yourself one question. Is this protection or is this progress?
That's it? Just notice?
That's the first step. You'd be surprised how often we don't even realize we're doing it. We're on autopilot.
Okay, fair. What's step 2?
Make it smaller.
Smaller?
Yeah, most people sabotage because the thing feels too big, so they don't start. The solution? Make it so small you can't say no.
Example?
Don't say, I'm going to study English for 1 hour every day. Say, I'm going to study for 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
5 minutes. Because 5 minutes you'll actually do. 1 hour, you'll find a reason not to.
I do this, like all the time. I set these huge goals and then nothing.
Right. Because your brain looks at the goal and says, that's too much. And then it finds a way to protect you from it. But if the goal is tiny, There's nothing to protect you from.
Okay, I like that. What's step 3?
Expect the fear. Don't fight it.
Wait, what?
Here's the thing people get wrong. They think courage means no fear.
It doesn't?
No. Courage means doing it scared. The fear doesn't go away. You just stop letting it decide for you.
So, I'm always going to feel scared?
At first, yeah, but the more you do it, the less power the fear has.
Can you give me an example? Like a real one?
Sure. Every time I had to speak English in public, I was terrified. My hands would shake. My voice would crack, but I did it anyway. And you know what? I didn't die.
That's dark.
But it's true. The thing you're afraid of? It's never as bad as the story you tell yourself.
Okay, so let me see if I got this right. Step 1, notice when you're sabotaging. Step 2, make the goal so small you can't avoid it. Step 3, do it even if you're scared.
That's it.
That's actually really simple.
It is, but simple doesn't mean easy.
Okay, I want to share something. Because I actually did this recently.
Go ahead.
So last month, I had this thing. I wanted to start speaking more English at work, but every time I had the chance, I would just not. I'd stay quiet, let someone else talk.
Classic sabotage.
Right. So one day, I decided to try what you just said. Make it smaller. Instead of, I'm going to speak up in every meeting, I just said, I'm going to say one sentence. That's it. One sentence.
And?
I did it. It was awkward. My pronunciation wasn't perfect, but I said it. And you know what? Nobody laughed. Nobody judged. The world didn't end.
That's the shift.
Yeah, because after that, the next time was easier. Not easy, but easier. And now I speak up almost every meeting.
You realize the thing you were afraid of wasn't as big as the story you told yourself.
Exactly. And once you see that once, you start seeing it everywhere.
That's how it works. Like the first time is the hardest because you're breaking the pattern, but after that, it gets easier.
I feel like this applies to everything, not just English.
It does. Self-sabotage doesn't care what area of your life it ruins. Relationships, career, health, learning, the pattern is the same.
But the good news?
The solution is the same everywhere too.
Okay, I think we need to wrap this up. But before we do, I want to make sure people actually do something with this.
Agreed, because knowing is not enough. All right, let's recap. What did we talk about today?
We talked about self-sabotage, what it looks like, why we do it, and how to stop.
The key point. It's not about not being good enough. It's about being afraid of trying and proving yourself wrong.
So your brain protects you by making you quit before you fail. It feels like logic, but it's just fear.
And the way out? 3 steps. Recognize the pattern, make it smaller, do it scared.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing. Just one thing you've been avoiding.
Could be learning English. Could be having a difficult conversation. Could be starting that project you keep postponing.
This week, do it. Even badly. Even scared. Just do it.
And then come back next week and tell us how it went. Seriously, leave a comment. Send a message. We want to know.
Because here's the thing. You don't have to do this alone. That's what the Fluent Mind community is for. People who get it, who are doing the same work, who won't let you sabotage yourself in silence.
Link in the description. Join us.
Thanks for listening. Seriously, if this hit home, share it with someone who needs to hear it.
See you next week. Same place, same time.
Keep showing up.
Stop sabotaging. Start living.
It's simpler than it sounds.
But you have to actually do it.
All right, see you next week.
See ya.